Our goodbyes at the moment. Joy, hello.
Hi, Dave.
How long have you been around?
What do you mean, how long have you been around?
Well, not how old are you, but I mean, how long have you been at the station now?
It seems like years, actually, since September.
Yeah, so it's a bad moment, isn't it?
Years and years and years, yeah.
Have you enjoyed yourself at the station?
Very much.
It's funny with Radio Jackie, because Radio Jackie seems to have given people, an awful lot of presenters, the chance to make a start, isn't it?
That's right, yes. So an awful lot who've gone on to other things. An awful lot who've been around a long time. Still doing it, yeah.
I think the amazing thing as well, I mean, the vast majority of presenters for years are because of local people.
That's right, yeah. Which is really good, which is what it's about. Unlike a lot of others.
Yeah, right. Of course, there's been a lot of changes, hasn't there, in Radio Jackie in the last 6 months or so?
Yeah, a lot.
At least we got rid of the soapbox.
That's right, but this is probably the worst one of all.
Yeah, right, it is. Okay, well, I mean, how do you feel about the fact we're going on?
Well, I've got through 6 boxes of Kleenex tonight already.
Oh dear, oh dear. That's the bad news. I must admit, it hasn't hit a lot of people yet. I mean, most people it will hit when we actually go off at 7.
That's right, it was just driving back. I've just taken an hour from work to come down here. And it's just driving down here and listening to you. And thinking also that I wasn't aware when I did my last programme that it was the last programme, because it's about 3 weeks ago. I think that's happened to a lot of people. And I think that's really sad.
It is, yeah. Okay, Joy, well, for the very final time, isn't it?
Yeah, bye.
Right, then, thanks, Joy. Jeff, you're sometimes known as the biggest man on radio.
Well, it has been said before, yes. I'm just touching my head on the ceiling here, but one's got to make an appearance.
If the truth was known, you're actually a 3-foot midget.
Well, actually, there's 2 of us in here.
So how long have you been with Radio Jackie now?
2 years now, and it seems like a lifetime, but a very enjoyable 2 years. And it's just as it gets closer to 7 o'clock that you get the feeling a little sad. And I'm certainly feeling that now. I'm sure a lot of people that are here in the building tonight will be as well. I've already booked out my shoulders for Jerry to actually sort of cry on a little bit later. It's just a sad time. I think that British radio could do with more stations of this ilk, and it's been doing a good job for a long time, and it's been getting better, and it's about time that people open their eyes to what is available to them.
Okay, Jeff, goodbye. Goodbye, Dave. And another presenter we got with us this evening is Jim Richmond. You're fairly new to the station, aren't you?
Yes, Dave, very new, and well, I'm just full of emotion today. It's such a sad time for me, and as you said earlier, everybody, of course, with Radio Jackie, given the chance to show their talents over the air, but most of all to you, the people who listen to Radio Jackie. Without you, we couldn't be where we are today. It's a very sad time for me, and thanks to everyone. Please support Radio Jackie in the future, and I'm sure we will be back.
Thanks, Jim. One person that's with us is a name that you may not recognise. It's Eddie Lloyd. Now, Eddie, well, I feel that this way. In fact, you were with the station way back in 1969 when we first started.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. I was with the station when it started in '69 with Mike Knight and 1 or 2 of the others, yeah?
So Roger Allen was around as well?
That's right, Roger, yeah.
If I remember correctly, I joined the station afterwards. I'm a fairly new boy, really.
Possibly, yeah, but I'd just like to say that for a lot of people, Radio Jackie in southwest London has become a way of life, and I feel very sad tonight that Radio Jackie is going off the air, and I hope that we'll be back very shortly with a licence. God bless.
A lot of things have changed, haven't they, since we first came on the air?
Yeah, well, when we started it off, it was on a Sunday morning with car batteries and a transmitter in a field, being pursued by the post office, you know. Mr. Gotts was on his bike then, you know. But you've come forward in leaps and bounds, and it's a fantastic station, and I appreciate everything that's been done. It's a great station.
All right, Eddie, thanks very much for talking to us. And Kate, I think you're back with us. I think you said goodbye.
I did say goodbye, actually. Some little girls have actually brought us a couple of lovely letters, which I just wanted to read out. The first one says, "Dear Radio Jackie, I'm very sorry that you have to come off the air, and I'm very sad, with lots of love from Andy Grove, who lives in Worcester Park, and she says she loves us all, which is fantastic." And there's another little letter which says, "I tried to support you all, but I think it failed. I will not listen to Radio Mercury. I would like you to come back on the air when you can," and that's with all our love from Andrew, Martin and Reese. I didn't get a very well before, but just thanks to the listeners, because they're great.
All right, thanks, Kate.
Thanks.
14 minutes before we go off the air, we're still saying our goodbyes. There are loads of people in the studio. The people that are in the studio now are Radio Jackie presenters, past and present, and we're talking to them. Bob.
Hello, Dave.
Bob Matthews.
Yeah, hi. I'd just like to say that as a result of action originally started by Radio Mercury, 250,000 people are without their favourite radio station. I just hope those 250,000 people remember who stopped us.
That's right. Yeah, and how long have you been with us now? It's what?
15 months.
Yeah.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Yeah, it's a good social life as well.
Yeah, it is. Very nice. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll return.
Yeah, we will. We will. We will be back, definitely. It's not the end, it's the beginning. Cheers.
And also with us in the studio is Jeff Rogers. And Jeff would, of course, normally be coming on the air in about 14 minutes, wouldn't you, Jeff?
I would indeed, but I won't be, unfortunately. It's very difficult to say things tonight. A few things I'd like to say. I'd like to thank everybody here at Radio Jackie for giving me a great break in radio, and all the listeners for supporting the programme, especially everyone who's given me a hand with the Saturday Sport programme, notably from Stretch and Ice Rink and all the local soccer news that we've had from that. Thanks very much indeed. And I hope that we'll be back and be able to provide that service which no other station provides in this area.
I hope you'll be back with us as well.
I hope so very much. So I'd also like to thank Jerry, James and Tina for all their help. They can't hear us at the moment, they're in Gloucester, but very big thanks to them for all the help in the past.
Yeah, in fact, Jerry is the guy that originally did breakfast on the board. Originally did breakfast, but did breakfast quite a long time on the station.
Absolutely, and he followed me for a bit, and he was on before me a few times as well. Just like to say thanks very much indeed to everybody. It's a great shame it's happened. Hopefully we'll be back very, very soon. Goodbye from Jeff Rogers.
For the final time. Thanks, Jeff. Keith One, hi.
Hello, David. There's just a few things I'd like to say. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's either written in or phoned in on the breakfast shows between 6 and 10 on a Saturday and Sunday. I'd also like to thank yourself for helping me with a few things when I started off with the station. I've only been with it for about 6 months, but already I feel part of a family. Well, I did feel part of a family. I hope we're all going to stick together, even though we're not going to be broadcasting. I hope we all stick together and get back together again and really show the government. If it isn't the government, I don't know who it is. I'm not really up on the politics of the whole thing, but I think they maybe got the year wrong, the DTI. I think they think this is still 1984, and maybe they've been reading the book. I'm not too sure, but you know, let's all get back together again and let's really show them. And as far as Radio Mercury goes, I'm not going to say anything about them because you can't say anything about them. They are literally a non-entity. So anyway, thanks to yourself, David, and once again, thanks to everybody who's listened to the show. And goodbye from me. I hope you hear from me soon.
Another guy with us at the moment is Richard Jackson. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Dave.
You've been around for ages and ages.
I've been around.
I can remember you around the station, what, over 10 years ago?
I actually joined in December 1974. And done all sorts of things between now and then. And I'd like to thank everybody at Radio Jackie, including yourself and Mike Knight and Tony, who was running the station until last November, and everybody else. The building is absolutely packed from the bottom up to the roof, and I'm really overwhelmed. I'd also like to thank the thousands and thousands of people that we've tried to raise money for, people who, all the social groups, the Epsom Kidney Fund, St Hebbers Hospital, and so many other people. Also all the advertisers, Pacific Building Supplies, just this past 2 weeks, a brand new advertiser, and they've been phoning up the DTI, they've been phoning up the MPs today, they've been phoning up the IBA today, they've phoned up Radio Mercury today, they've been sending most of their customers over here, so my thanks to them, and my thanks to you for listening. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Richard.
I'd just like to leave by saying that I think the spirit of community radio will live on in much the same way that the spirit of swing music has lived on.
All right, Stephen, for the very final time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right, then. Another person that's with us this evening is Charles King. Hello, Charles. Sorry, no, he's... I'm like Tizzy here, I must admit. Roger Michael.
It's Roger Michael, and I'd just like to say very briefly that I've not been associated with the station for a very long time, but the short while I have been, it's become very much like a family. There's a tremendous spirit here of dedication and enthusiasm from everybody, and I think that the powers that be, the government and the DTI and everyone else, really ought to see the spirit that has made this station what it is over 16 years. It's something quite phenomenal, and the public that are with us today, filling the building from door to ceiling, packing the studio in a way that was never meant to be packed, is really a testimony, and it shows how people feel about it. So as I say goodbye, I just hope it won't be forever.
Hopefully it won't be. Thanks very much. One of the voices of Radio Jackie which really will never be forgotten is Rob Randall. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
We are on. You amaze me.
David, I just want to say something to the listener, and that is, I want to say au revoir and not goodbye. And I want to say that I'm looking forward enormously to doing my programmes legally.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we will do.
Thank you.
And once again, goodbye, Rob.
You've been wonderful.
Thanks very much. Who else we got in here?
Presenter from the early 70s.
Got Chris Barrett, so originally from the early 70s.
That's right, yeah. Well, it's come a long way since then, and all I can say is I feel really, really sad that it's got to close, you know. But, you know, it's just got to come back, because if it don't, I don't know, I feel